Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm highlighting some of my favorite products and my favorite combinations that I'm using right now. And I created this sort of like cranberry, like pinky look that is gorgeous for holidays or just any day really. I also am kind of talking about things that are currently on my mind. So I talk about like holiday sets and like makeup drops that I'm excited about. So if you want to hear me ramble as I create this look for you guys using some of my favorite products, then keep watching. Also, if you like this video, give me that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to join my little family here, click that subscribe button and that notification bell if you want to be notified anytime I post a new video. All right, let's get into it. Some of these products I featured in already a couple of my videos, but that just goes to show that I really love these products. I already have my foundation, concealer going. I've primed my eyes as well. I haven't really landed on a good complexion routine yet. For the eyes today, I want to go back to the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie Friendcation palette. I think they really knocked it out of the park with this palette. So a very neutral palette with pops of colors, so that's really great and fun. For today's look, I'm actually gonna like dip into these like cranberry shades, and because it's tis the season, cranberry shades are really nice for a holiday look. I need to set my primed lids, so I'm gonna take Basic, and it's this like cream color here, and that's just to kind of neutralize my lid. So I don't know if you could see, but I had some like redness on my lid. My lid was peeling, it was dry, so y'all tell me how I have oily skin yet dry at the same time. I know there's combination, but like it's also dry in the middle of my face. I don't know, my skin should probably be donated to science for research because I'd like to know what's going on. So I will say a color like this obviously is gonna work on skin tones like mine, maybe slightly deeper and possibly a little lighter. So if you're at the very fair end of things or the very deep end of the skin tone spectrum, I would find a shade that goes better with your skin tone. Definitely don't feel like you have to use this exact shade to make things work. Like, we all have beautifully different skin tones, so use colors and products that work best for you. Now that we've neutralized the lid, we can go into our transition shade, and I'm going to use Necessary. So what else is on my mind? Well, last night I went to Sephora with my lovely friend Allie. Hi, Allie. And, you know, Sephora was decked out with all the holiday sets and stuff. And so I kind of have an opinion on those holiday sets. Basically, there are some great holiday sets, without a doubt. I've even bought them. But I think you have to think rationally behind it, right? So there are some holiday sets that are a collection of like, that could be like your favorite skincare, your favorite hair products, all that stuff. And I think those are fantastic. If you know you like a product and it comes in a holiday set, like go for it. I think that's a really great deal. They usually are pretty good deals, so I would definitely take advantage of that. The holiday sets that don't sit well with me are like those jumbo eyeshadow palettes that are like very holiday themed and all this stuff. I mean, they're gorgeous looking and all that, but for someone who doesn't really have a makeup collection and wants to start, I think those are great kind of starter kits. Just because they're so expansive. As a more experienced makeup consumer, I just wouldn't spend my money on that, especially if it's a company that doesn't typically make huge palettes like that. Like if they're usually like, you know, 10 pans and stuff, and all of a sudden for holiday they got like a 40 pan going. My concern there is quality. And so that's why I would say, like, if someone is just curious about makeup or wanting to start their collection, they really don't have anything and they just want something to play around with, I think those sets are fine. So just think rationally with those holiday sets. It's very easy to be like, oh my gosh, this is a great deal. I'm gonna go into like this medium brown shade right here. And this one is called Churro. God, I would kill for Churro. So I was in Sephora checking out the new stuff, and I had been eyeing that Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, I think it's called, and girl, I went and swatched that palette. It was the most beautiful thing ever. Like, it was like one swipe, swatch, and it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And so I'm just like, God, why did I swatch that? Why did I do that? Because now I really want it. But do I need it? If you see a tutorial with the Mercury Retrograde palette, you'll know what happened. I had a weak moment. Doing my makeup is so calming. So, as far as holiday kits, you're probably wondering, well, Lisa, did you get any? Which ones did you get? Which ones are worth it? I mean, I have my own opinions. A lot of my friends will ask me for recommendations and I'm like, well, it's really hard for me sometimes to give recommendations because I have to know, you know, what they're comfortable with, right? Price point and otherwise. With each friend, I kind of, you know, ask them questions about their current collection, what they are looking for. Have they seen a makeup release or a makeup drop that they were like, ooh, that looks kind of cool? Like, and you're just wondering about the quality, is it worth it? You know, then I'll talk, you know, we can have a conversation about that. But, so I mean, there's things that I like that might not be things that you like. So, for me, the holiday sets that I did get was the Laneige lip mask trio, because I got a itty bitty cute mini sample of the Laneige lip mask, and it's so good. It's so good. So I got the trio, so it came with like a full size, and probably like we'll put a picture somewhere here. But it comes with a full size like original lip mask and then two smaller ones that have like holiday scents. And then I also got the new Fenty Beauty like mini gloss bomb with a mini highlighter duo thing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, both of them are new colors or just the highlighter. I forget, but Fenty highlighters are great, so I thought that'd be a cute, fun thing to play with, and they're mini sizes, so I think that's a great option for people who want to try out those products. The Gloss Bomb is definitely one of the better lip glosses I've tried. And then I also got the KKW Beauty like lip trio holiday set from Ulta. I think it comes with 2 lipsticks and a gloss. And these are part of the existing collection, so I thought it'd be a good, I've never bought anything from KKW Beauty, so I thought it'd be a good way to test their products. For me, like, I love lip products. Like, I will buy lip products more so than any other category, because I just feel like it's just so easy to test and so easy to put on. You know, everyone has used a lip product in their life. You know, with an eyeshadow palette, you kind of have to figure out, like, navigate the color story. It's intimidating if you don't feel like you know how to put on eyeshadow to your preference. So I say lip products are very easy to try out, so I buy a lot of them. So I'm excited to try that. I haven't opened them yet. I want to start incorporating a little bit of the cranberry color, so I'm going to take this reddish color in the middle here, and it's called Girl Bye. What holiday sets are you guys excited about? Let me know down below. So I'm going to continue deepening that outer corner with the darkest brown shade in this palette, and this one is called Cheens. So there are a couple makeup collections that have been released so far this season that I have my eye on, and it's really got me thinking, like, do I need to get this, you know? And that's the thing I feel like with makeup drops nowadays, like just the speed of the drops, you know, one after the other, it really doesn't give the consumer time to sit and make a decision about what they might want, especially since if they decide, okay, I'm gonna get this palette is worth my money, it has the color story that I want, all this stuff, the next day there's something new and something that might even be better than what they bought. And so you're constantly in this cycle of buying, and I don't know, I think it's kind of getting a little out of hand. So I feel like the two main culprits right now are Anastasia and ColourPop, both great brands, but I feel like almost, like ColourPop has always been in their own lane as far as like fast makeup at affordable prices, which is great. But if your business model is to, or like your target audience is to those consumers that like something more affordable, but they like to try all of the current makeup trends very quickly and not have to really pay that much to buy into those trends, then churning out all these, you know, all these products every day, you know, I don't know, I just feel like that's not really fair to them, because clearly they love that price point and they really only have so much money in their makeup budget every 2 weeks, or in some cases, like myself, a month. You know, I just feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of being an affordable brand if you keep forcing your consumers to buy all the time. Did I just make an NSYNC reference? Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, so that kind of just doesn't sit well with me, so I kind of sit back and let them roll out everything and then kind of assess which collections I want to buy into. I honestly haven't really bought anything from ColourPop recently because sometimes my head is just spinning. I don't even know what they've released, but I do think their products are really fun and great. If you definitely just want to, you know, get a palette, try it out. You know, I feel like it's just not as expensive to do so with ColourPop. Now, in the case of Anastasia, I've loved Anastasia. I love their brow products. Their brow products are my holy grail, but I feel like they're trying to be like a ColourPop, but their price point doesn't really work for that. So they've released like so many palettes and like one after the other, and it's just like these people are dropping like, you know, $40 to $60 each time, and I don't know, it's a little crazy. So just overall, you know, I'm not knocking these two companies because they really are great, but slow your roll, because I can't even imagine, like, you know, it stresses me out seeing it as a consumer how many products they're putting out, but like think about developing all those products and like making, you know, giving each dedicated time and like their own campaign and all that. Like, that's crazy. But anyway, it helps when they're not limited edition, because I feel like that's another thing too with makeup drops. Like, companies kind of use that word limited edition to kind of like create that buzz and like gotta have it attitude. I hate that, because a lot of times they will restock, or a lot of times if, you know, there's a huge uproar of people being like, I didn't get it, blah blah blah, why would you make that limited edition, they'll bring it back. So it's just kind of like, I get it, you want to create that buzz, you want to have a successful, you know, sale of a palette or whatever up front, but I don't know, that's just really stressful. And I was one of those people that was like, oh my gosh, it's limited edition, or like whatever, I gotta have it. Like, I was one of those people. But like nowadays I'm kind of like trying to reevaluate what I already have in my collection and all this stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's very interesting though. Let's get into the fun shades, shall we? I'm going to use this sparkly cranberry shade here, and it's called Try Me. Try Me. Just try. Just try. I like to see it. I'm one of those girls that would like talk a big game, but I'm like, oh God, please, I didn't need it, sorry. So I'm gonna pack that color on with a very firm shader brush, and I'm going to wet it a little bit with some setting spray. This is how you get that, like the more glittery shades, metallic shades, to really show and shine through. To kind of like brighten it up a little bit, add some extra sparkle. I'm gonna use my favorite shade of this palette. It's this pretty girl here. Her name is Just a Kiss. So I'm gonna use my finger. I feel like that's the best way to use this particular shade. Yeah, so my index finger was a no-go there. Should have just went with the pinky. Pinky all the time. So we're just gonna go back in with the pinky. It's kind of unfortunate that we have two eyes because you have to make sure they look the same, but the struggle is real. So now that we have this eyeshadow look going, I'm going to mimic what we did there on the bottom lash line a little bit. So guys, I don't really know what else is on my mind. Oh, I guess I was starting to talk about what collections I was excited for. I really like the Going Coconuts collection from ColourPop. I really like it because it's like a cool tone brown based palette, so I think that's really pretty. I think for them, they tend to do a lot of warm palettes, so for them to do a more cooler toned is really cute and it's really pretty. But then I also saw that they're coming out with like a huge palette called Bare Necessities, and that's kind of cooler tone natural stuff. And they're also coming out with a like roll of brushes. Those look really pretty, so I think that might be something I'll think about investing in depending on the price point. And then of course KKW Beauty and her makeup artist Mario came out with a round 2 collection, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The thing that I was immediately excited about was the lip combination, of course, but because I have that holiday kit from Ulta and those are nude shades too, I'm kind of like, do I need this other nude collection? But I don't know, it's really gorgeous. And then the palette, it is very gorgeous. It's very gorgeous. The only thing that's really throwing me off is that yellow shade in the top corner. I'm just like I don't even wear yellow like in my clothes, so I'm not sure what that color would look like on my skin tone. So they said they're going to come out with a lot of tutorials on how to use the palette and like different combinations, so I feel like I need to see those, especially with that yellow. Those are pretty much the major collections that I've seen so far that have really piqued my interest. Let's continue with this. I'm going to show some other products that I love using on the regular, and so y'all know about this girl. I really can't show this without it like reflecting and probably blinding you, but this is the Fenty Beauty bronzer, and so this is in the color Island Ting, and this bronzer collection is very extensive and very interesting. There's kind of like 4 sets of colors to choose from. You know, there's like the 100s, the 200s, the 300s, the 400s. There's a warmer shade and then like a more neutral shade. So I went with the more neutral shade. I just feel like with bronzer it makes me look less of a potato. Alright, so another product I love that I've highlighted before is the Melt Cosmetics blush in Honey Thief. This blush is pigmented, and so I love this blush for that, because if I need to hurry up and get out the door, I can just be like, and I have blush on. Very easy. But I literally just like tap it. It's so pretty. I love how this is like a neutral pink. It just goes with a lot of things. So I just don't even have to think about it. With highlighter, again, I'm highlighting this highlighter. Lots of highlighting going on. This Persona Cosmetics Cali Glow highlighter in Zuma, but they have 3 different highlighting colors, so there's even one for more fair skins and one for deeper tones. I like how it's natural, but you can really build it up. We'll do a little bit down the nose, tip of the nose, and Cupid's bow. I want to set my face. The one that I love using is this Too Faced mattifying peach one. Okay. So now moving on to mascara. So I showed this mascara in my last video. This is a sample I got. It's the Monsieur Big from Lancome. And I used it by itself and it was just like, But because I knew I needed something, I want it all in my mascara, right? I want my lashes to be long and I want them to look thick. Yes, THICC. And so that's what I was missing out of this. It's very voluminous, but it just doesn't give me that length that I'm used to. So I knew I probably had to combine it with something else. So I chose to combine it with this Glossier Lash Slick. It's a cute mascara, you know, if you're on the go quick, just need a quick coat of something on your mascara. But so I thought because this one was very lightweight and this is very voluminous that the combination would be great. And for the past week, that's what I've been using and it works pretty well. Is it my favorite? No, but it's currently what I'm doing. So we're just gonna roll with that. What I do is take the Glossier Lash Slick first and do a couple coats of that on each eye. So that's what the lashes look like right now after a couple coats of the Lash Slick. So like I said, it's a good coat, but definitely want to amp it up with this more volumizing mascara. So this is what the mascara or the lashes look like with all that mascara. So that's currently what I'm doing. It's definitely not my favorite mascara. My favorite mascara right now is actually the Caution Volume Mascara from Hourglass. I feel like it does do both the lengthening and the volumizing for me anyway. And the most important thing as far as mascara for me is that it doesn't transfer. I also like to do the bottom lashes because they're like non-existent. So I've been using this MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. It has like a really thin wand. So because my lashes are very tiny on the bottom, I needed something that was more compact so it was easy to use. So what else is on my mind, guys? I don't know. What Netflix shows are you guys watching? Because I'm that person that will watch the same shows. For the longest time, I literally had a Netflix account just for The Office. Like for me to watch a new show, like I have to sit down, like basically sit on my hands and like focus. And so it's even hard for me sometimes to watch new movies unless I'm in a theater, because there's just so many distractions. Let me know what you guys are loving on any of the platforms, really. Definitely one series that I loved a lot, and like definitely captured my attention, and I was just so sad because I know that they're not going to make any more episodes for it, even though it had it was a perfect ending to it, quite frankly, but I'm just kind of like, oh, want more, is Fleabag. It won like all the awards at the Emmys, and I was like, who's this? What is this? I don't. That girl reels you in episode 1. I mean, you know how like some shows you're like, oh my god, just like get past the pilot, get past the first season, you know, and it'll be good. Like, no, this show, Fleabag, was great beginning to end, honestly. Okay, so to complete this look, we're going to do lips, and this is my favorite lip combination. If you follow me on Instagram, I've talked about this and shown this. I think it's a really pretty combination. It's a very feminine pink combination. So I use the HAUS Laboratories RIP liner in the color Myth, and then I combine that with a liquid lipstick, and this is one from Melt Cosmetics in the color Fuse. So I've really liked this liner. I've been using it all week and kind of ever since I did that review. It's very creamy, it glides on, it honestly needs to be sharpened, so I hope that I can just get the last bit of mileage on this before I have to sharpen it, because I don't know where my sharpener is at right now. So and then I just fill it in with the liquid lipstick. And what I love about Melt Cosmetics liquid lipstick is like they're a different texture than the rest. And so that's what I love about buying makeup from different brands, even though it's like, oh my god, I already have a new liquid lipstick. For me personally, it's kind of like formulation and like finding things that I like. So I've really loved, I have many Melt Cosmetics liquid lipsticks because their formula is like moussey. It's very interesting. Like I've felt nothing like this in any other like liquid lipstick from other brands. So it's very moussey and I don't know, it's very comfortable, and you still get that matte look to it without it being too dry. So I think it's really pretty with this eye combination too, because we got the cranberry like element going on, and this is kind of like a pinky to kind of tie that in, and what do you know, my shirt kind of ties into it too. So guys, that's the final look with some of my current favorite products right now. Hope you guys like this tutorial and this little kind of casual talk about like what's on my mind. I definitely want to hear your thoughts below. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you would join the family by subscribing, and if you click that notification bell next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified of any new videos that I make. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. What else is on my mind? I had something on my mind that I had to take a bathroom break. We're just gonna blend until the end of time. Chiseled. Taper back and then, oop, I've got cheeks. I always sabotage myself, it appears. Strange things are happening. I feel like this is one of those instances where I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a cute, casual cranberry look, and it's gonna be like natural.